We all know to be successful, you have to have the right mindset. But how do you get there? I will give you tips you can use. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I'm your instructor, Jerry McPherson. Past number of years have been an interesting study of hospitality property owners in the way of thinking. Many have had negative mindset due to the dramatic change in the economy and the hospitality property service culture. So let's look at the downturn of the economy as an example of how we can change our mindset and that of our employees. After the economy started to fall, more than a few hospitality properties failed because they did not keep up with the changes. Low occupancy rates caused belt-tightening to save money, and often one of the first effects was employee cutbacks. This was understandable, but quite often the staff that remained had to take on added duties, and sometimes duties they were unprepared for. I have seen in many cases where hotel management did not take the time to retrain the remaining staff. This caused a great deal of stress. When your staff are not properly trained, overworked, and stressed, it does not take long for your services to slide. When employees have extra duties and little time, the idea of taking additional time to train does not seem feasible, but any property wishing to remain competitive and successful has to make training a top priority. The clientele numbers you are attracting might not be as high as you want or need, but the guests who do utilize your property expect good service. This is where the management have to take the time to re-interview the staff and determine their strengths and weaknesses. In times of economic slowdowns, you might have seen your staff taking on duties they had done when they first started. Making this kind of change without proper communication could lead to disgruntled employees. This is where it's very important to hold a staff meeting and explain the situation. You explain that times are tough, but your goal is to keep your property open and the remaining staff employed. Most often, employees will be happy they still have a job. It is at this time you have to enforce the importance of teamwork, and I don't mean just the frontline employees. It means everyone from the owner down. How will this work? I will tell you. If employees see the owner and management pulling together in all aspects of operating the property, more often than not, a sense of loyalty will shine through, and you'll see everyone putting forth a little extra effort to help the business keep going through the tough times. If you continue to be honest with your employees, sharing how you see the future, it will often give them a clear mindset and the desire to help the business through the rough times. It's at times like this, being supportive of your staff is imperative. Some things to consider. If staff have extra duties, don't be a stickler on an extra time schedule. Give them the freedom to make decisions when it comes to customer service and back their decisions. Remain positive. As the owner, you'll be your employee's source of inspiration, and the best way to show inspiration is by your own personal work habits. The work you do and the way you do it is a reflection of who you are. If you are disorderly at work, it's because you're disorderly inside. If you're always late, it's because you're late inside. If you are jaded with your work, it's because you're jaded inside. If you're not the role model you wish your employees to follow, how could you start changing your mindset? Look at the aspects of your life you would like to improve. Let's look at some possibilities. Do you procrastinate? Do you fail to follow through? Are you loud and impatient? Do you feel overwhelmed? Many of these traits could be the cause root of your drudgery. Often drudgery is not the result of a poor business concept or lack of planning. It might mean you do not have the right strategic mindset. Planning and developing activities are imperative to your business's success. Forecasting, budgeting, projecting sales and revenue, staff planning are all important to meet your business commitments. But they do not mean your business will prosper. You have to be in the right mindset, a strategic mindset. The word strategy makes many people nervous. I've had many business owners tell me when they think of business strategy, they think of countless hours of working on details, loads of research, and numerous meetings. To develop a strategic mindset does not require all that. You can take an hour today to start, and then embrace it over time. We have all heard that it is important to live in the moment, and in certain situations, that is true. That is not always helpful when thinking of your business. For your business to be successful, you have to have a vision. What's your business going to be like next year? In 5 years? In 10 years? You must have a broader goal, and any day-to-day decisions should be related to both your immediate business and your long-term goals. Let me say that again. A strategic mindset gets you thinking about how your business decisions today will impact your business in the future. Thinking daily about your strategic mindset allows you to grow and change logically. You don't intend to reach a strategic goal today, but instead get a step closer to it. Here's where you start. Use these 6 steps to establish a strategic mindset for your business planning and tasks. Spend only 10 minutes on each step. It's a good idea to do the first 2 steps together. Repeat the process once or twice a month, and you will rapidly get beyond urgency and into a strategic way of thinking. The 6 steps to a strategic mindset. Step 1. What do I want my business to become? As I said, don't spend a lot of time on these exercises. Take 10 minutes or less and write down 1 to 2 sentences to answer this question. Be specific, but not detailed. For example, you might want to become the hospitality property of choice in your region. You don't have to think of the details such as marketing budget, revenue targets, or room design. Instead, describe your target market and why they should choose your property to stay. If you like, you can share this answer with friends and/or colleagues. Watch their reactions. Listen to their ideas or suggestions and adjust your answers to echo the best ideas. It's important to use your wisdom here. You don't have to include everyone's idea or suggestion. Once you are happy with your answers, you now have a goal. You have a vision statement, a vision you can work towards. It's important you check it regularly. Step 2. What's my business? In 10 minutes or less, write down what your business is and does. Again, in a short paragraph, consider these topics when answering. Who is your clientele? What services or products will you provide? Are you going to stay at your current location or are you going to expand? What makes you distinctive from your competitors? What are your values or philosophy, both in business and personal? What is your commitment to the use of new technology? This brief paragraph is your map to reaching your vision. The vision is now your mission statement. It will help you focus on how you plan to achieve that vision. Big picture. Again, share this statement with your friends and colleagues and watch their reactions. Listen to their ideas or suggestions and using your wisdom, adjust your ideas. When you feel comfortable with your statement, you have to consider it on a day-to-day basis. When considering changes or adjustments in your business, your mission statement helps you know when to say yes and when to say no. Step 3. Set a goal. Give yourself a couple of minutes of quiet time. Close your eyes and visualize your business as it will be in the future. How did you get there? What steps did you have to take to achieve that vision? What kind of research and planning did it require? Will you have to make any changes to reach your goal? Try to be exact when thinking of your vision. These questions will help you outline the path required to reach your vision. In a few moments, you should have an idea of your goal and the basic idea of how you're going to make it happen. If you like, you can again ask for input. Step 4. Implement your goal. This might sound a little fast from going from a vision to an action, but it's important to prove your visions can succeed. Select one of your ideas, one of your goals, and start implementing it. Decide on what you need to accomplish this task. Decide who you are going to need and what vendor is required to help, and discuss the possibilities. If your vision is clear, don't let anyone's initial no discourage you. You are now taking the first steps to action, planting the seeds in other minds, and setting the steps towards your goal. Step 5. Gauge and evaluate your progress. What do you have to do to implement your goal? It's important to stay on top of each step. gauge and evaluate your progress. You can measure your progress by communicating with others, reviewing any relative data, and it's okay to go with your gut. Don't spend a lot of time evaluating each step. Just a couple of minutes will do. Remember, you're taking small steps to support something larger. Take a couple of minutes to measure in the beginning allows you to test your footing. Step 6. Revisit. If you have taken only the allocated 10 minutes to do each of the 5 phases, then in less than an hour, you have created a vision and a mission. Set a strategic goal that supports the statement, acted on it, and measured your action. That's very impressive. So is that it? Do you have the right strategic mindset? Not just yet. This is an exercise to the way of thinking about your business, a way of seeing and doing that you carry into your daily work. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments. Okay, take 10 minutes to review what you have done and then answer the following questions. Do your vision and mission still ring true? In developing a strategic goal to support those statements, did you identify potential improvements to your vision and mission? Can you realistically act in a step-by-step fashion towards your goal? Can you measure that action and its progress? Make any adjustments that you would deem necessary. Once you are happy with all these steps, you can use them as a template to help you form a habit of tackling your business future with each activity you engage in. Clearly, I realize that some strategic sessions will take longer than the 1-hour exercise you have done here. However, by using these steps a few times and becoming comfortable with the process, it will be of incredible benefit when it comes to major strategizing for your business. In conclusion, if you have a clear vision of who you are and what your business is, as well as the steps you need to take to achieve your goals, you will not be dragged down into the pool of drudgery, but instead you'll be an inspiration to both your employees and customers. A clear and strategic mindset will enable you to keep your head up, take new actions, and move your business forward. By making these changes a permanent and formal part of your operation, your business will grow as you take great strides towards reaching your vision. Now it's time to start working on your goals. Even during these crazy times, do you feel you have the right mindset to be in the hospitality property industry? Let me know in the comments. In the next episode, I'll be talking about coping with stress. Well, that's it for today's episode. Until next time, have a fun day. Oh, did you see the latest Insider Tips episode? If not, make sure you sign up in the notes section so you don't miss any.